It's Friday night, and you know what that means. Jon Moxley kept bleeding from the ear and almost lost that ear on a tape show in a match against Sammy Guevara. Best career choices, much wow. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Rampage. Honestly, I'm glad that Jon Moxley and his ear are okay, but good lord, if it's a day that ends in Y, Jon Moxley is going to bleed. So anyway, it's JR, Excalibur, Tony Schiavone on commentary, Jon Moxley and Sammy Guevara already in the ring. Ty Melo Conte for whatever she's worth, i.e. not much of anything. They had their match, and look, it was typical. It wasn't bad. Sammy's stock has dropped so dramatically. To think that he started this year, he started this year by doing some of the most spectacular stuff and still had the fans on his side. That springboard cutter off of one ladder, to Cody and everything, beautifully done. And now nobody pops for anything he does because he's a goddamn idiot. I'm glad that Mox is all right, but good lord, just take it easy. Jesus Christ, he doesn't need to bleed in every goddamn match. Sammy nearly crashes on a table spot. Good job. Good job, you idiot. And then eventually we get a senton, we get more moves, we get a choke out that wins it. There you go. That's really it. These Rampage shows, like this one started fine. It ended Rampage just doesn't mean anything. I would be very, very surprised actually if Rampage is renewed when they do their next TV deal. Because the show just doesn't mean anything. Mox then calls out Hangman. We get a brawl. The crowd explodes. Cowboy shit. Cowboy shit. A buckshot to one of the security members, and security has to separate them. You got to keep them separated. Hey, hey. And then we get Saraya, defender of Abuserverse, which I will stop calling her that when she stops, defending abusers. Like her current boyfriend, fiance, whatever. They get married. You know what, Saraya? You kind of are asking for bad things to happen. So anyway, she's going to watch the title match close between Shida and Jamie Hayter. I will absolutely watch for the in-ring skills and nothing else. And who will her tag partner be? If it is not somebody big, if it's not rumored to be Mercedes, a.k.a. the former Sasha Banks, if it's not her, if it's Toni Storm, and Thunder Rosa, I love both of them. I almost think the fans are going to just be pissed. So it better be somebody huge. So anyway, nevertheless, FTR are in the ring, and they talk about their dog collar match against the Briscoes. They're all beat up. Dax broke his tailbone, busted his ass bone. And this year has been a legacy that they are proud of. They're glad that the fans love them, and it's great. And Dax's daughter, according to, what happened backstage, his daughter said, "These people really like you, but why?" Ouch. Kids are always really honest. They are going to beat up the Guns. That's pretty much it. They're going to beat up the Guns. This is a good promo. I think FTR are on their way out. Unless they get a really sweetheart deal and they actually get a tag title run and actually are booked properly. I don't foresee them staying in AEW. Unless, again, they get a whole lot of money. Maybe they could go to Japan, they could do stuff. I don't really know. I think they're almost winding down their full-time careers. That being said, they've had a hell of a 2022. Despite all obstacles and despite the Bucks and the Elite not having anything to do with how they're not being used properly. So anyway, we get a pre-tape on Jade. Seems like Red Velvet is fed up already, despite just coming back. Layla Gray looked great. So we then get Britt Baker against Sky Blue. Scintillating camera work during this match, I noted. Jamie Hayter, my goodness, and Rebel, Reba, whatever name she goes by, they were at ringside. Match is basic. Sky Blue isn't bad. She will get better. And Britt wins with the stomp. And then we're going to get a beatdown in Cheetah. Holy good God, Cheetah looked great. And runs down and fights him off and stares down Jamie Hayter. And she's going to beat her while wearing a suit that she looked great in. Good God, she looked great. That's going to be a good match. I will say right now that while I have been able to watch the last couple episodes of Dynamite live, work schedule goes back to normal this coming week. So I'll be watching it on demand. Oh darn. Oh darn. Paycheck's more important. JR sits down with Preston Vance, and he basically, says, it's terrible what Brody Lee Jr. had to go through, but he became a snot-nosed kid and everything. And it's funny, I know this was pre-tape, but this aired on Brody Lee's birthday. Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure the family didn't mind it, but just, That being said, I'm interested to see what Preston Vance will end up doing in 2023. Wardlow then beat Exodus Prime in a shorter amount of time than it took for me to say those names. Hits the Powerbomb Symphony, that's life. And then calls out Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe gets on the screen, says he will not defend his championship against Wardlow in this godforsaken state of Texas, but when they're in Colorado, I believe on the 28th, we will get that TNT Championship match. I really hope both these guys are on the card for Dynamite on January 4th. Unfortunately, I don't think they will be. Maybe Wardlow wins, and we get Wardlow versus Hobbs in a program. I'm not exactly, that they would be almost kind of make me wonder what they did with the TNT Championship, to begin with. Why they give it to Joe? Just give it back to Ward. Whatever. That being said, Samoa Joe fired up. That's always a good thing. And Kip Sabian, Butcher Blade, and Trent Seven against Dustin and Friends. Not Garfield and Friends, but Dustin and Friends. Also another Trent on that side. And Danhausen. I lost focus when Penelope and the Bunny showed up, dressed very nicely, and dressed up like people I've seen in movies before. But nevertheless, it's like Cinemax After Dark. Moving on from that, this match is typical. Dustin gained some good hometown pops. Look, I'm glad that, or home state pops at least. I'm glad that Dustin is going to have one last ride in 2023. I hope he can stay healthy. Give him the matches that he wants, but keep his reps limited. He gets one shot, MJF, and something like that. One more shot. Doesn't win. He can ride off into the sunset. He's had a hell of a career, and despite all the issues, that he's had, that he's been open about, he's still here, still rolling, but he knows it's time to hang it up. Stiff Bulldog on Trent. He just lands on his head. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. That's it. There you go. That's it for Rampage. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retland. I'll see you soon.